March 11, 2025 will forever be remembered as the date when one of humanity's most capable space telescopes was launched. The hardware is called SPHEREx, and, among other things, it will be capable of creating a 3D map of the entire sky every 6 months or so. That may not seem that impressive when put bluntly, but consider this: the Hubble telescope, one of the most potent of its kind, only observed 0.1% of the sky over 3 decades. Still not impressed? Think of it this way, then: SPHEREx will actually measure the distance to 450 million galaxies in the nearby universe. SPHEREx stands for Spectro Photometer for the history of the universe, Epoch of Reionization and Isis Explorer, and it was sent on its merry by a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket that lifted off from Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. It will soon position itself in a low Earth orbit, on a sun-synchronous position that will allow the star in our solar system to always be in the same position relative to the telescope. This way of doing things was chosen because it allows the SPHEREx to shield itself from the heat and light of the sun as it looks deep into the heart of the universe. The telescope was designed to use spectroscopy to measure the distance to billions of galaxies, while at the same time trying to measure the total collective glow of all the galaxies in the universe. It will do this in a bid to learn more about how galaxies have formed and evolved over time. The same way of doing things might also help scientists here on Earth get a sense of the composition of objects that can be found in space. More specifically, frozen water ice and carbon dioxide molecules, which the SPHEREx will actively hunt for in the Milky Way galaxy. Their discovery could point to the presence of the conditions for life as we know it to take hold elsewhere in the universe. American Space Agency NASA is currently in the process of starting the checkout period for the telescope. Over the next month or so, engineers will put the instruments on the SPHEREx through their paces, making sure everything works as intended. Once that is out of the way, the tool will begin its 2-year mission. The same Falcon 9 rocket that launched the telescope also sent into space 4 small satellites that are collectively called Polarimeter to unify the corona and Heliosphere, or punch. The roles of these instruments is to have a look at how the sun's outer atmosphere becomes the solar wind. The 4 satellites are also getting ready for their mission, and they will spend a total of 90 days getting into position, which, just as in the case of the telescope, is a sun-synchronous orbit over the day-night line. Once there, they'll start making 3D observation of the corona, looking to explore the formation and evolution of space weather events such as coronal mass ejections.